Hello, everybody. My name is Max, and I'm a student at Communications 45. And I did a project on a movie called Interstellar. There's no doubt about it. Interstellar is some of the most mentally stimulating blockbusters of 2010s. But a lot of people are confused, and they don't know that there was a lot of small group communication and conflict going on in Interstellar. Also, people were confused about Interstellar plot, which is a high concept science and bold ending. It's time for Interstellar Explained, and I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And by the end of my talk, my speech, you will know the plot and even give you interesting explanation. So it was a 2014 movie. It was directed by Christopher Nolan. It was written by Christopher Nolan and Jonathan Nolan. The film received 4 Academy Award nominations for Best Original Score, Best Production Design, Best Sound Mixing, Best Sound Editing, and Best Visual Effects. They were so well regarded that they won Oscar for Best Visual Effects. Interstellar received good, not great reviews upon release. It since gathered more acclaim and frequently places on the list of best sci-fi movies ever made. Ever. Interstellar is about Earth's last chance to find a habitable planet before lack of resources causes human race to go extinct. Film protagonist is Cooper, Matthew McConaughey. He is traveling through a huge wormhole to find a habitable planet in another galaxy. Dr. Brand Michael Caine explains to Cooper that NASA previously sent another group of Lazarus to find a habitable planet, but they gone silent. Maybe they died. No one knows. There are 2 plans in the interstellar plot. Plan A involves Cooper transmitting quantum data back to Earth in order to develop a gravitational propulsion theory that will allow spacecrafts to carry people of Earth into another galaxy. And Plan B, which involves Cooper's crew finding a remaining Lazarus crew and establish a colony on this other world. When is Interstellar set? Well, we don't know for sure. But the script implies that it takes place in not so distant future. We imported Interstellar script into Studio Binder screenwriting software, and to take a closer look at film setting. And it takes place near the beginning of the story. It gives us a good hint that the approximate time. We can infer by way of deductive reasoning that Interstellar takes place about 40-70 years into the future. How? Well, we know that Major League Baseball was still played when Donald was a kid, and we know that when Cooper was a kid, things were in such a state of disarray that no baseball was played. So we assume that Cooper's about 40 and then things fall apart sometime before he was born. But not so far before Donald didn't live through the period of normalcy. So we can deduce that Interstellar is set between ages of Donald and Cooper, roughly 40 to 70 years from modern time of 2014. Endurance crew decides to scout out Miller's planet because it was one that had the most recent transmitted data to them, and that's where the conflict comes in. The people from Lazarus said that they could not travel over there, but everybody's so determined to find the Miller's planet, or the planet where Earthlings could successfully move to, that they want to go and they want to explore that planet. So since the planet is so close to the black hole, time is extremely dilated. Every hour in a water planet is equivalent to 7 years on Earth, and that's what a lot of people don't realize. Cooper Brandt, which is played by Anne Hathaway in Doyle, was the other person. And basically we know that Cooper left his family, and that's where things get weird, because the black hole, Gargantua, it dilates time. So for every minute spent on that planet, on that exoplanet, is 7 years on Earth. And that's what they did not realize. Cooper leaves his planet, daughter Murph, Mackenzie Foy, Jessica Chastain, son Tom, Timothy Chalamet, Casey Affleck, and father-in-law Donald John Lithgow on Earth in order to lead NASA mission. In his absence, his family develops a contentious relationship, but we didn't learn about it until Cooper dies, 23 years into the future, while watching old transmissions. Matt Damon plays the role of Dr. Mann, the captain of the Lazarus mission. After the failure of Water Planet mission, Cooper is left with a difficult choice: go to Dr. Edmund's planet or Dr. Mann's planet. We go back to the script and read through one of the best scenes, for one in which Cooper has to make the right decision in order to save or have any hope of executing a mission. Other conflict in the small group. What does he do? They're arguing where to go and what to do. Cooper chooses Mann's planet, taking Endurance on a one-way trip to Matt Damon's town. When the crew arrives, they find Mann in cryosleep. Pretty much clear from the get-go that something's wrong with Mann. Although considering the fact that he's been in solitude cryosleep for years, it's not hard to see why. But Mann is more than just a case of cabin fever. He's a full-blown bent on finishing the mission, no matter the cost. Back on Earth, Dr. Brain reveals to Murph the planet has always been a sham. There is no way the people of Earth could ever escape. Murph transmits that message to Cooper, accusing him of knowing Plan A was not possible, hence another small group conflict. effectively leaving her to die. Cooper tells Brandon Romilly that he's going to return to Earth to be with his family and the rest of children, and the rest of them can stay on Man's planet to start a colony. But Man's planet is not hospitable, and he needs the ship to go to Edmund's planet. In this scene, not only intercuts between Cooper confrontation with Man and Murph's confrontation with Tom. Murph burns all the crops in order to make Tom understand he needs to leave the farm. Romilly is killed by a trap mine. Brandon Cooper barely escaped back to the Endurance. So I love Interstellar, and it's hard to pick holes in the script because the plot was impressive. The Interstellar's black hole was called Gargantua due to its gargantuan size. But people don't realize that these things are real. The actual black hole that they used for filming the movie was central black hole in the Messier 87, a galaxy in the Virgo cluster. And as it turned out, scientists and visual artists who worked on the Interstellar were very close to the design of black hole. And that's about it. Thank you very much. But basically, that movie was about people not realizing what black holes actually do, about time dilation.